Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're gonna talk about something a lot of other people have been talking about. The Sonic movie poster for the movie that's coming out in 2019. To be fairly honest, I actually have a very controversial point of view on this, but I don't really have too many problems with it. It really doesn't look the worst it could be. Honestly, I was expecting a lot worse. It's by far not my favorite design of Sonic ever. There's a few things that I would definitely change about it, and I'll talk about that later. But right now, just looking at it, I really don't have too many issues. And I guess I'll talk about that right now. So my thoughts on it, first impressions was, okay, this is weird. I never really expected that I would ever see Sonic look like this. I say it like that because I didn't really know if I was gonna have a positive or negative or neutral reaction with it. In the end, I ended up having a neutral reaction with it because I'm looking at it right now, and there are some things I would change, which is what the majority of people would want to change too. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have gloves. I don't like that because the gloves are pretty iconic. His shoes are alright. I mean, they could be worse. At least they kind of look like his shoes. I mean, they're red and they're white. I mean, and like the shoelaces are white and the base of the shoe is red, so I don't really see too many issues with it. I mean, yeah, they're not his iconic shoes, but you know, you give a little and you take a little. The eye, though, I think this is the thing that a lot of people are freaking out about, the freaking eyeball that's poking out on the other side. I really don't know what that is supposed to be. I mean, it's like, some people think it's his eyelid, which I would love to say that, but if you zoom in on it, the glow on it is green, not blue like the rest of the things. So it's definitely his eye, like not his eyelid, his eyeball. And the fact that it's poking out, I don't know. But if you zoom in on it a little bit, it's like, it's a lot bigger than it looks from far away, to be fairly honest. What I think, since we can't really see his face in this silhouette, what I think it's gonna be is, I do think it's gonna be a hedgehog eye, which a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this, but I really don't have an issue with that. As long as there's a little bit of white in his eye to show like anthropomorphic characteristic, then I don't have too big of an issue. And it's like, I'm zooming in really close on it right now, and I can kind of see where his eyelash starts. I can kind of see where the eyelash is. So the eye definitely looks a lot smaller than it actually is, considering where I'm seeing the eyelash here. So yeah, I mean, it's not my ideal Sonic design, but it's not steering me away entirely from the movie. Also, you'll have to forgive my voice. I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, but I have been sick for the past week and a half, so my voice is just starting to finally recover. So if my voice cracks a lot and I sound like a young boy going through puberty, that's why. His nose, I mean, I get that they're going for the realistic hedgehog look, so I'm not too upset about his nose. Honestly, I think his nose is kind of cute, but that's also the fact that I haven't seen his actual face. All I'm seeing is a silhouette, so once they turn the lights on, this could look horrendous, and I could be running for my life and having nightmares about this. So as of right now, though, from what I can see, it doesn't bother me too much. Now, a lot of people in my Discord server and I have been talking about this poster. Some of them hate it, and some of us are like tolerant of it, and yeah, and some of us actually semi like the design and still want to go see the movie. So I guess I'll talk about whether or not I think the movie's going to be good still. You know, we hardly know anything about the movie except who's in it and what Sonic looks like at this point. So I really think it's kind of, in a way, unfair to judge the movie based off of just this poster. For all I know, the movie could be really good. I mean, knowing Sonic's past, that's probably not going to happen, but we hardly know anything about the movies, so I can't really make a judge. You know, I think there's a possibility it still could be good. I mean, I'm always optimistic. Sometimes that's not a good thing, but in this case, you know, I still think I'm going to give the movie a chance. And at least I'm going to wait until a trailer comes out before I make any giant assumptions. Because I know a lot of people are going to beat me with a freaking rubber bat or whatever when I say this. But I really think it's really possible a Detective Pikachu situation could happen here where, like, everyone saw the still shots and was like, ew, gross, get that thing away from me. But once you see it in motion, it might not be that bad and people might be a little more forgiving. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, that's why I'm waiting for the trailer to make super solid opinions on this design. Plus, since I can't even see his face or his front side or whether he actually has tan arms or blue arms or a tan tummy or not, you know, it's just, all of this stuff is kind of, it's very vague. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very vague. So it's really hard to make a distinction. But anyways, you know, what I'd really like to see in this movie, because if this design ends up being bad, you know, I think I'm still going to go see the movie. But what I'd really like to see in this movie is maybe an origin story. Because based off of what I've seen, I don't really have the picture on me right now. I'll try to find it, or the link, and then I'll post it in the description, or maybe put a screenshot of it on the video whenever I'm editing. But there was this screenshot I saw where the producer was saying that Sonic's speed, or not necessarily his speed, but Sonic's powers would develop throughout the movie. So it kind of makes me wonder, is this gonna be like an origin story for Sonic? And if is, I'm actually kind of excited because I actually like the idea of an origin story. Because ever since middle school, when I saw that comic based off of the Sonic Bible, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Sonic Bible on Google. There's like millions of links that can take you to the PDF. I believe it was written by Sega of America, but it's still pretty interesting, and it's like, oh, what was the story? Oh yeah, it was, so Sonic and Ivo, or Kintobor, whatever he was called back then, they were actually friends, I think, and Sonic was helping him study something or whatever, like study his speed, and eventually, like, the first time he broke the sound barrier was whenever he turned blue. And they called it like the Cobalt effect, and like Kintobor made him these fancy new shoes that were frictionless or friction resistant or something like that. And you know, if that's what they're going for in this movie, like the differently designed shoes and everything might make sense. I don't know, but I mean, I guess it wouldn't, because why would he have those shoes if Dr. Kintobor is the one that... I don't know, it's all relative and it's all up in the air at the moment. But anyways, like I was saying, I'd like to see an origin story. Because if they're going for the route that Sonic can't do everything that he usually can at the beginning, and his powers are developing throughout the story, then, you know, I actually kind of have some hope for this story. I think it could be good. And plus, Jim Carrey is Eggman. And I don't care what your thoughts are on that. Jim Carrey is like one of my favorite actors, so I'm extremely excited about that. And Ben Schwartz does a really good job voice acting. So, the worst case scenario that can come from this movie is that the design sucks, the story's bad, but the characters and voice acting is good, and the scenery and animation is gorgeous. Because just looking at this poster, I can tell the animation in this movie is going to be good. I mean, I wouldn't take that to the bank because I can't even really see his face, so I don't know if it actually is going to be good, but it just looks like the animation itself will be pretty. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. I really don't have much else to say about it. I'm still excited for the movie. I'm one of those blissfully ignorant, optimistic fans. I tried really hard to hate this design with a passion like everybody else did. I just can't bring myself to do it. I don't really see too much wrong with it. And it's like, yeah, I know everybody's upset about his toned legs, but like, I don't really have too big of an issue with it. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of weird, but it makes sense. I mean, somebody who can run at the speed of sound probably is gonna have a toned ass fucking legs. Just saying. I mean, yeah, in the video games he doesn't, but that's because in the video games he's a cartoon. He doesn't really have to match in with the real world. And I mean, a lot of people would argue he's a blue hedgehog that can run at the speed of sound, and he's not from Earth. It's not like he has to match in with the rest of the world originally, which, you know, you're right. You are right. That's very true. And, oh, yeah. I mean, it would have been better if they stuck truer to his original design, but I just can't bring myself to absolutely 100% hate this design. Is this my favorite design of Sonic? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would take the modern Sonic, like the modern CGI Sonic design over this design any day. However, I'm not going to freaking boycott this movie because of this design. I think it's okay. It's not perfect. It's not 100% terrible. I mean, at least they got the spines right. I mean, they got the quills right. They did a good job with that, honestly. I'm zoomed in on it. Like, his quills are actually made of quills. And that's honestly what I was expecting from the movie, and I'm kind of happy with it, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's about it. The ears look cute. The ears are really cute. Yep, I think I've talked about everything on here now. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. I'm probably not going to try and talk for too much longer, so I think I'm just going to end it here. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed me talking about the Sonic poster. You know, not like 15 million other people haven't done it already, but yeah. And also I hope you enjoyed the speed paint that was put in there with it. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye!